Welcome to today's video. This one is going to be real simple. Today I'm going to tell you why it's imperative to price your home appropriately. We're going to make one point and I'm going to support it with a bunch of pictures. They say a picture is like 1,000 words, so I probably have 7,000 or 8,000 words today in pictures, so don't be worried. First of all, we're going to talk about inventory. Total inventory across our county has gone from 1,900 units to over 5,000 units. Now, if you think about shopping, if you have one apple in the store and there's 5 people wanting the apple, what happens to the price of that apple? If you go from that many apples, for let's say, what do we say, 1,900 apples to 5,000 apples, all of a sudden the demand for that apple drops. That's what's one of the big factors driving our price. If we look at the million plus market, the statistics are almost identical. We go from 686 units to almost 2,000 units. We'll just round off 700 to almost 2,100, give or take 100. It's almost tripling in inventory. I want to also talk about median time on the market, median time to sell, from the time it signed contract to the time that you actually get a deal closed has increased dramatically. Take a look at this chart. We've gone from 52 days to over 85 days across all price points. If we break that data down, it's even more insightful. Take a look at this next picture. In single family homes, $1 million or more in price, we've gone from 61 days to over 105 days. Now, what's interesting is that that's an average, that's a median. What we're finding is homes that are priced appropriately, even in the top tiers, sell in less than 30 days, often a multiple offer. Take a look at this next chart. This is something that we shared in our high-end magazine, which I'd love for you to have an opportunity to have, just let me know, is a prediction, so to speak, that we made in the middle of 2023. But what we're going to do is take a look at the prediction we made and take a look at what's happened since. So we said that based on the chart that you can now see on your screen, we had peaked at 5.5 million in the top end of the market for Palm Beach County single family homes. What ended up happening is that was the case. The next year we hit 4.7. And now this year, if we go to the next chart, you can see that we went down to 3.8 million in the top end of the market. Interestingly enough, that wasn't the case across all price points. If we look a little bit closer, we can see that we were 1.4 the year before. This year we were 1.2 for the middle tier, and we went from 740,000 to 720 in the bottom 50%. And interestingly enough, the bottom 25% increased from 468 to 480,000. Obviously a much smaller increase from the original 300,000 we started with 4 years ago. But it is important, if you're thinking about the moves you're going to make, to reach out so that we can give you direct information on what's happening in your specific neighborhood. And so when you're going to make that decision, even though we've kind of shared some bad news, we still have seen that overall pricing is up over the last 5 years. And that's the point that we want to leave you on. So let me just give you the summary as to why we believe this data and watching the high net worth is important. If you take a look at the screen, you can see that we have a report from the World Ultra Wealth of 2023. It's a report they put out. And I want to highlight a couple of points for you. Number one, in 2022, the global ultra high net worth population fell by 5.4%. Interestingly enough, we expect, based on this report, to see an increase over the next 5 years. The share of global private wealth held by the ultra wealthy will continue to increase. So if we see an increase in wealth overall trending that way in that demographic, and we see them backing off on home purchases, that means there's something coming. So that's what we'd like to leave you with. Prepare for what's ahead. Don't bank on this season or next season being better. Make a decision with what you have and take what you have off the table if you have to make a move. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.